Hi, I'm Chris Moniz, and I'm here to talk about Spain and what a great country Spain really is to choose as a destination to purchase a property and also reside here amongst its wonderful population that they have here. I also want to obviously just bring up that I'm going to, in this first introduction, mention 4 points. The first point, obviously, the Spanish people. The second point will be the cost of living here in Spain. Property, which is a subject that most people find confusing with all the stories that people tend to hear about purchasing here in Spain. Also, another point I will briefly touch on will be healthcare and what you should do about healthcare cover here in Spain if you're a European citizen. And then finally, one of the reasons why most people come to Spain, the weather and the climate here in the Costa Blanca area within the province of Alicante. So if I can just pop back to the first point, which is people. The Spanish people are very family orientated people, very outgoing people. They're people who open their arms to everyone, and they take time to listen and to welcome you to their environment. But all this obviously is based on you, the individual, making also the effort to learn their language and also to integrate in their way of life. Also, Spanish people are very strong in tradition. Another thing about Spain is that regardless of where you go in Spain, local towns and villages have their customs and therefore their traditions, and have fiestas throughout the year, and those fiestas normally relate around religious significance. One of the things about religion here in Spain is that although many people are not religious, they actually participate in religious activities. These normally tend to be the Easter celebrations, Christmas celebrations, which most of the population participate in. There are obviously then local and regional fiestas that take place, so regardless of where you decide to reside and purchase a property in Spain, you will have this kind of historic and people integration and in the area that you decide to move into. So people, thumbs up as far as I'm concerned. I've been here 15 years and I've not had a problem with Spanish people at all, so a great place for me and my family. The cost of living. The cost of living here in Spain in terms of Europe is still relatively low. Obviously everything corresponds to, in terms of standard of living, everything's relevant to the economy in which you decide to reside in. Spain still offers a great deal in terms of economic benefit to those people who decide to come and retire or reside here in Spain from the northern European states of the European community. In general, fuel here in Spain tends to be cheaper. The utility supplies of electricity and water still tend to be cheaper. Taxation here in Spain still tends to be cheaper. That's direct and indirect taxes that we pay. And food in general, in comparison, still tends to be cheaper than most countries in Europe. So although we're in 2012, the year 2012, the comparisons are still there. We can still make comparisons on some issues, and especially if you are coming over with an income, an established income, you need to know if your money obviously will go that bit further than what it does at the present moment where you reside, and I can assure you it does. So yes, cost of living is lower, your money does go further, so that's obviously a plus. But always bearing in mind that when you do come to Spain, always work on an equal footing. So if you're coming over from the UK, always work the pound for a euro, and you won't go wrong there at all if you do that. Property and the cost of property here in Spain. In recent years, in the last 20 years, there was an expansion in the housing market, and there was an increase also in the value of property here in Spain due to the demand. In recent years, definitely in the last 2 years or so, that demand has declined, and property prices have fallen in some areas more than others. So if you're thinking of buying property in Spain today, it's a good time to do so this year and the coming year, as prices will continue to remain pretty much as they are and as they have been for the last year or so. So prices along the coast, if we're talking about perhaps a 2-bedroom holiday apartment, if we take the price of 5 years ago, you would have been paying in the region of 120,000, 130,000 euros for an apartment along the coast, and today that very same apartment you can perhaps fetch for around 80,000. So there are bargains to be had here in Spain for properties. Do bear in mind that the housing market here is quite different to the housing market of your country of origin, so make sure that you're buying something that is obviously to meet with your expectations, and ensure that you have a list of questions which I will cover later on in a separate video, that you would need a list of items to be checked off when buying property here in Spain. So in general, it's a good time to buy. Regardless of whereabouts in Spain you wish to buy. Some areas prices have fallen more than others. Residential properties have fallen less than holiday apartments along the coast. So you need to sort of weigh up where you want to be and what your budget is going to be for the purchase of a property here in Spain. Right, moving on to healthcare here in Spain. Healthcare in Spain is of a high standard. Most people who I have encountered here from other European community countries, as well as the native population, most people speak of the healthcare to a high standard, and the treatment that they receive is also to a high standard. However, if you do come to Spain, you have to bear in mind that the healthcare here isn't free. It's free to a certain point if you're coming in from the European community. That's to say that if you are a retired person with a state pension, you can transfer your healthcare over from your country of origin. If you are of working age, you need to work in Spain and pay your stamps to be able to obtain medical cover, or just simply have private insurance if you don't wish to work but you wish to spend time here. Failing that, if you've paid your stamps in your country of origin, you are entitled within the European Union to use your European health card, which will allow you for emergency health care whilst you are here in Spain, as you would have that cover anywhere in the European Union member states. So the health card, it will offer you temporary care. But if you're here permanently, you need to do one of the previous mentioned items, which is obviously transfer or work. Once again, the other thing to bear in mind about the Spanish people in general, but the healthcare, is that most professionals don't speak English. So therefore, if you're coming to Spain, you need to either learn the Spanish or hire the services of a private interpreter or business to help you overcome some issues here in Spain to do with a day-to-day translation of requirements. So that's fine. That's basically a general sort of view on those points. But I think the final point really, which is the weather now, is the reason why most people actually come to Spain is the weather, and the weather here in Spain, especially here in the province of Alicante, Costa Blanca region, is for most of the year round is agreeable. The winter months are quite mild. We don't actually suffer low severe temperatures as you would do in other parts of Europe. Springtime, the temperatures tend to be in the region of 23, 26. When we move into the summer period, temperatures can get as high as 40 degrees, so very hot, especially in the months of July and August. And then obviously when we go into the autumn months, the temperatures once again drop down into the 20s, quite mild, still warm, especially for those people coming from very cold climates. Perhaps the autumn months might be more suitable for a stay in Spain. And then once again back into the winter, and then normally the winter months, once again, they tend to be quite mild. I would say perhaps the coldest days here we don't get below a 10, just to give you an idea, and they're very few and far between. So the weather is great. So especially if you suffer some kind of illness and you need to have warmth, then definitely the Costa Blanca area is the place to be. Okay, well that's a general, my general sort of view on things here on 4 or 5 points, and I'm glad you've taken time out to watch and listen to what I have to say. Okay, thank you.